Greetings, my subscribers, as well my newest subscribers. Thank you all for coming. Now, for today, I'm going to demonstrate to you how I prepare my succulent fried chicken with rice and peas and vegetable. Now, guys, this demonstration is worthwhile watching. I don't want to miss it, so stay tuned, and I'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in. Now, here in the bowl are some chicken that I already went ahead and, cut up and clean up, and wash with lime juice and vinegar, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and season the chicken. So here in this small bowl here is 2 season, which is organic season, and this is garlic and scotch-bonnet pepper, right? I'm gonna add that within the bowl here. And I'm actually using around 4 cloves of garlic. Next, I'm going to add my dash season. Now, this one is actually onion and herbs, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead now and just add some dash season in the bowl on the chicken, all right? That should be enough. Then I'm going to add some Maggi purple season. All right, so this one is finished. So what I'm gonna do is just to shake out what's in it. Oops. Just shake out what's in it, like so. You know what I mean? It's not much in there. It's the last of it. So I'm gonna open a new one. That is right here. Remove the seal. Okay. All right. So here we have a new one. Just gonna add some more season to it, some Maggi pepper season. Now, guys, I'm adding season based on the amount of chicken that I have in the bowl before me. All right. All right. So this should be enough. So what I'm gonna do is to rub it up, right? Or should I say, I'm gonna incorporate everything in here, right? And I'm gonna taste it just to make sure it tastes to my suit, all right? So the thing about it, is that this when not seasoning meat, you want to make sure that you go with your hands and you rub the garlic and the pepper along with the dry ingredients. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that the chicken really get the flavor from the seasoning, right? All right, so it's getting there. So the thing is, when I wash my meat, guys, when I wash my meat, I like to at least a little bit of water inside of it, you know what I mean? Because I don't like when it's too dry. So with a little bit of water, it won't do nothing, you know what I mean? Just to keep it moist, if you get what I mean, you know what I mean? So that means when I add a season to it and mix up everything, it has a water, so that means it's more easier to season than to not have no water in it, you know what I mean? Because just imagine if there's no water inside the bowl, right? And apply the season and everything, and I'm gonna stir up, right? The thing about it is that the season is gonna appear on top because there's no water to really allow it to dissolve the way. So you know what I mean? If you notice, Just look on the chicken here. You saw it, how it look? How the season dissolve, you know what I mean? So the water really, help to season the chicken. Some people use oil, some people use olive oil, some people use vegetable oil, but I'm just using water, you know what I mean? You know why? Because what I'm gonna do is to fry some chicken, and the thing about it is that I don't wanna say, for instance, add no more oil. I mean, the chicken's gonna fry in oil, and then why season the chicken in oil? You know what I mean? I don't need to. So I just use water instead. Right, so I'm gonna taste it now. I'm gonna taste it. Alright, you know what it needs? A little more Maggi pepper season. And that's what I'm saying. You see, I like to season my chicken to my salt, you know what I mean? And when I do so, and when I taste it, and if it's not taste to my salt, I'm just gonna go ahead and add some more Maggi pepper season to it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and rub it up again. So I'm just ensuring that all the season here in the bowl with the chicken is incorporated. So when I'm through doing all this, I'm going to rest it on the fridge and allow it to marinate for a day until I'm ready to cook it. You know what I mean? Tomorrow's Sunday, and I'm just gonna do some fried chicken for the Sunday. You know what I mean? So this should be it. No, I don't need to taste it again because you know why? Because I did taste it before, and when I taste it, it could use a little more Maggi pepper season, and that's it. I don't need to taste it again, so it's perfect. All right, so guys, I'm gonna seal it and then rest it on the fridge till tomorrow. So let's keep on tuning. All right, so here I have my native coconut, and this coconut is what I'm gonna use to cook my rice and peas. All right, so I'm gonna brush it open. Now I'm gonna use my machete, right? Now, here is the blade. Here's the back, right? See? It's the back. Okay, it won't cut me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bore a hole, right here, because there are 3 holes, right? And now the one can open. So what I'm gonna do is to bore one hole and allow the water to flow out, so that I'm gonna burst it open. All right. All right. So I'm gonna burst open the coconut now. Right. So I'm gonna use the back of the machete, like so, and break it open. Okay. Like so. And open it like so. Right. So see it's breaking apart. All right, let's break this other piece here. All right, after doing that, I'm going to ox it out. So ox it out, when I say ox it out, right? Ox it out doesn't mean you're gonna use the knife here. No, I'm using the tip of the knife. I don't need to use down here, the tip. So when you notice how I hold the knife, I'm gonna use the tip and just work like right here, like so. So it's quite simple, there's nothing to it. You know what I mean? Then I'm gonna put it in the bowl, right? Now when I work with the tip, it gives you a better angle. You get the ox with the coconut better. You know what I mean? Let me just break it apart. So as I say, you can't use it like this. You do it like this. So you do it this way, you have better control of the knife. You know what I mean? Because I said before, if you don't know what you're doing, then you can eventually cut yourself. So when I tuck it beneath it, then just take your time and just bracket, and then you go down. Let me show you. Tuck it on here, then bracket like so. Then voila, comes out. Right, and we'll continue the same steps with the balance. Now, for those who don't know, it's the same jelly coconut that we drink. The same jelly coconut that we drink, right? When the coconut stays on the tree until it gets dry, it's the same coconut here. You know what I mean? For those who don't know, I did a video on it. You know, when I was actually oxing out the coconut, oxing out from the shell, because the shell itself, you know, is the outer part of the coconut. So the nut is what you're seeing here, right? But with the nut now, the nut is in a shell. You understand me? The nut is in a shell. So in order to reach down to the nut, you have to break the shell open and to get the nut out. So this is the nut, right? And this is what I'm gonna use to make the coconut milk. Yeah, so when you're cooking rice and peas, or you're gonna prepare some porridge, or you may just wanna even do some stew peas. You know what I mean? Coconut milk gives it a nice buzz. It gives it a nice flavor. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Even if you wanna put some coconut milk within your soup, your red pea soup, or even the pumpkin soup. Yeah, I mean, yeah, man, for real, man, coconut milk does wonders, man, I tell you. Right. Alright, so this piece now is kind of more complicated. Why? Because of our shape. So I'll go inside there and then try to work it. Gotta work it, you know? Work the middle. You know what I mean? Gotta work the middle. What's that, Joe? Work the middle. She said, yeah. Alright, let me see if we can go on some more. I'm gonna try to see if I can take the whole thing out. If it comes out, that would be great. If not, well, that's just how it is. Alright, not bad, eh? After all. Oops. Alright, so what's left can remain. So there you have it, guys. My coconut is now finished ox. So what I'm gonna do is to wash it and then cut it up, and then I'm gonna blend it. So let's keep on chewing. Alright, guys, so the coconut is now washed, right? So what I'm gonna do is to show you how I cut up the coconut, right? But I won't do the whole thing on cam because I don't wanna have a long video. So I'm gonna show you how I cut it up nice and easy, like so. This is how I cut it up, you know what I mean? Because what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna blend it, then extract it. Alright, so here's my coconut now that is finished cut up. Right, so I'm gonna rest it aside until I'm ready to blend it and then extract it. Alright, so let's keep on chewing. Alright, so I'm going to remove the cover, I'm gonna have the blender top. Then I'm gonna add the coconut now into the blender top. So this is the top of the blender. This is the top of the blender, and you have the blender base, right? I'm now just adding the coconuts in. Now after adding the coconut in the blender, I'm gonna pour in approximately 2 cups of water. 2 cups of water. And then I'm gonna get at least 1/4 cup more. Alright, so it's 1/4 cup more. Alright. So what I'm gonna do is to draw the blender base closer. I'm gonna cover the top piece, then let me just turn this around like so. Right, then I'm going to blend it. Alright, so that should be about it. So what I'm gonna do now is to use my strainer and the same bowl. So what I did was to rinse out the bowl, right? So let me just place it aside. I'm gonna now remove the top, come off the base, push it aside, then plug it out. Okay, now safety comes first, right? So plug the base out. Alright. Then I'm going to now extract the coconut, right? Alright. Let me just remove the base. Alright, so here I have my bowl with the strainer that is ready and the blended coconut milk, right? So I'm going to now extract it by pouring the blended coconut into the strainer here, like so, right? And allow the juice to flow through. Now, like my coconut milk is rich. So as you notice, I did add approximately 2 cups of water with 1/4 more to it. You know what I mean? Because I like my milk is rich. You know, so I don't try to dilute it like I'm trying to stretch it. That's not my kind of strategy. I don't stretch it, right? So let me just reach for a spoon. literal spoons because eventually add some tension on the trash that is in the strainer. So I'm gonna juice the flow out. There's plenty more juice in this trash here. So you know what? Let me just reach one another spoon, which is gonna be a bigger one, because the bigger spoon can actually cover more grounds. As in, to cover more grounds, I'm talking the bigger the better, right? So with the bigger spoon, then we can just hold it and just add the tension to it like so. The spoon I was using before was a small spoon. Alright, that's about it. So as you can see here is my rich coconut milk. Right now, in order to get the milk from the coconut, it just can't, it cannot come out that way. You know what I mean? Unless probably gonna use a juicer. You know, the juicer that you can actually just add the fruits or so forth into it and it extract it. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. I'm not sure, maybe it can work, maybe not, I don't know, because the coconut is kind of hard in a sense, you know what I mean? And to get the juice from the coconut, we normally use water along with the coconut to blend and then extract, right? But I did not use too much water because I like my coconut milk is rich. All right, so let's keep on tuning. As you can see, coconut milk is here in the bowl, you know what I mean? And this is what I'm gonna be adding to the peas in a pot while it cooks and season it, add my rice. You know what, I'm not gonna say too much. Just keep on tuning and you'll see how I get it done. Alright, so see there. Peas are cooked, so I'm gonna go ahead now and just check the peas. You know, I did went ahead and throw about 2 cups of water at it already. Alright, I'm gonna allow it to continue to cook because it needs to tender some more. You understand me? So when cooking the peas, you wanna make sure that you had, like, say for instance, a cup of water with the peas on the stove in the pot, right? Allow it to boil until it slightly boils down, right? Then you add 1 more cup of water. Right? So when it comes to boil and start boiling again, you're gonna add 1 more cup of water, right? Because that's where, when adding the water, right, it allows it to have that color, that reddish look. You want to have that reddish look, right? Now, this is a stage that I'm preparing the rice and peas, right, guys? So the thing about it is that some, like in other foreign countries, they may eventually get the peas pre-cooked. I just add it to your pot with the milk and everything, you know what I mean? But I'm doing it a step-by-step way. This is a step-by-step way where me cooking the peas, right, until it's tender. You know what I mean? Then I'm gonna add the coconut milk to it, allow it to boil, then add the seasonings, which would be scotch bonnet pepper, scallion, and thyme, and a pinch of salt for taste, right? But then the same thing is that, see, coconut milk, it has to be boiled for at least say 15 to 17 minutes. It has to boil properly. If it's not boiled properly, what can happen is that it can eventually spoil rice and peas. Most definitely, it can spoil rice and peas because coconut milk needs time to be boiled, right? You don't give it 5 minutes to boil and say, yeah, that's it. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to make sure that the coconut milk is properly boiled. Alright, so I'm gonna allow the peas to continue to cook for the next, say, 5 minutes, 10 or some more. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add the coconut milk. So let's keep on tuning and you'll see how it gets down here in my kitchen. I'm gonna go ahead and check the peas again. Just to make sure that it's actually cooked to my suit, because as I said before, it's gonna boil with the coconut milk. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead now and add in the coconut milk. Right, my rich native coconut milk. Right, then I'm going to cover the pot and allow it to cook. So let's keep on tuning. I always say that when you are cooking coconut milk or so on, don't fully cover the pot, because if you cover the pot, it's gonna boil over. So when you notice that my pot is not fully covered, you know what I mean? Right, now this way you are allowing some of the steam to exit from the pot. Right, it's not fully covered, but you want to cover it, right? Now, the thing is that, you see, if you cover it fully, it may eventually boil over, right? You want to see it? All right, look. So I cover the pot now. Now, look at what's going to happen. Even though the pot cover here has a small hole, the thing is that it's going to boil up and boil up. Now, look, guys. You see the bubbles forming here? All right. Now, if I don't remove the cover, it's gonna boil over, and that's what I'm talking about. So that's what I'm gonna say. When you're cooking, you know, your milk or whatever, don't cover the pot. Well, it depends on the size pot still. You know what I mean? But the other thing about it is that you don't want whatever is in the pot to boil over the stove, right? No, I've learned the hard way. I have learned the hard way, you know. So that's why I'm actually trying to educate y'all about the same thing that I was going through, that I could have prevented, but I didn't know. But anyway, the milk is now boiled for 15 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead now and add my seasonings, right? And that is some scotch bonnet pepper, thyme, and scallion. Now they eventually add approximately 4 cloves of garlic in it. You know what I mean? Next, I'm going to add some salt. It can be 1 teaspoon of salt. That's what it is. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm using my measuring spoon. 1 teaspoon salt. Now I don't need to stir. I'm just going to allow it to boil. And when it boils, it's going to eventually melt the salt and everything just cooperate. Alright, so I'm going to allow it to continue to boil for the next couple of minutes, and then I'm going to get my rice, wash it, etc. You know what I mean? Well, I won't tell you everything, but I'm going to let you see and how I get it done. Alright? So just keep tuning in, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'll be right back, right? So I'm going to now add in the rice. As I said before, the rice was washed, picked and washed, right? So I'm just adding it now. So after adding the rice, I'm going to give it a stir. Okay, you want to make sure that there's no lump. And furthermore, guys, I like when my coconut milk is boiled till the custard. It does have that custard look, you know what I mean? And it just goes to show that it's properly boiled. You know, you see, the thing about it, guys, is that you cannot rush. When cooking rice and peas, you cannot rush it. You know what I mean? You gotta take your own time and just follow the right steps just to ensure that it turns out exactly how you need it to turn out. Alright? So I'm gonna cover the pot and allow it to come to a boil. When it comes to a boil, I'm gonna give it a stir again, because the thing about it is that the milk was boiling, right? So the thing about it is that adding the rice into it, it cuts down the temperature, right? So I'm gonna allow it to come back up to a boil, then I'm gonna give it a stir. That way I won't have no lumps in it. Alright, so let's keep on tuning. The pot has come to a boil, so I'm gonna go in now and just give it a stir. As we said before, I don't want the rice to have no form of lumps in it. So when it comes to a boil, I'm just gonna go in and just stir, just to avoid any lumps or rice sticking to the bottom of the pot. Alright? Now I'm gonna cover it and allow it to continue to cook. Rice and peas, you see, whenever the milk eventually starts to boil down, then you wanna reduce the flame, right? Because it's not high flame that cooks rice and peas. You know what I mean? It's low flame, so you wanna turn it down and allow it to steam, right? Alright, as you can see it, still a bubble. You know what I mean? So as soon as it boils down, then I'm gonna reduce the flame on flour that I seasoned. You know what I mean? I'll have the pot here on the stove with some oil, which I'm gonna use to deep fry my chicken. Alright? So I'm going to go ahead now and just use my fork to skim off the seasoning. That is the pepper and the garlic from off the chicken. Then I'm gonna dip it in the flour and then coat it. You know what I mean? Make sure it's properly coated with the flour. Just making sure it's properly coated. Then after doing so, I'm gonna knock out the excessive flour off of it. Then put it in the pot here, right? And I'm gonna come to the same steps with the banana chicken that is here in the bowl. I'm going to coat them now with the flour. Just want to make sure they're properly coated. And when it's properly coated, what I'll do, I will just knock off excessive flour from out of it. Alright, so as I said before, once me the chicken in the flour, I'm going to just gently knock off the excessive flour from off the chicken, right? As I'm going to get that up. So I'm gonna make space because there's room here for more chicken. So I'm just gonna make some space so I can drop piece more chicken within the pot here. Alright, so knock it off the extra flour. Then I'm gonna dip it in. Making sure it's submerged. Alright. So we are good to go now. Just making space so that everything can fit correctly. You know, we don't want anything bulging up, right? We want to ensure that they're submerged. So I'm gonna cover the pot now and allow them to fry. Alright, so the rice and peas is almost finished steaming. So I'm gonna give it 1 more minute and then turn the flame off. So I'm gonna make a check on the chicken. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead now and flip them over. I want to make sure that they fry evenly on both sides. Alright, that don't need to be flipped. Alright, this leg can be flipped. Alright, so I'm going to allow them to continue to cook. Right, and as I said before, chicken has to be cooked evenly on both sides, alright? So it has to be soaked from inside out, and you don't fry chicken on high flame, because then guess what? If the outside look golden brown, the inside may not be cooked. The inside can be raw, so you want to make sure you keep the flame on a moderate flame. Keep it moderate, that way, you know, it will eventually, the chicken will eventually soak. You know what I mean? So just keep on tuning, you know what I mean? While the chicken is fried. Alright? Alright, so I'm gonna now turn these bad boys right here. Yes, I'm flipping them on the next side. Right? I want to make sure that they're fried evenly on both sides. So I'm going to now remove a couple pieces of chicken from out of the pot here, because you don't know You want your chicken to fry, but not burn. You know what I mean? So I'm going to remove some chicken now. Let me just allow the oil to drip. Then put in the container here. Move the space here. Just gonna allow these to soak some more before I remove them. In the meanwhile, I have 2 more pieces of chicken remaining that I'm gonna add to the pot here. So let me just remove the seasoning from out of it. Then dip them in the flour. What I have actually is 2 wings, right? So I'm just coating them with the flour. Just want to make sure that they're properly coated. Then knock off the extra flour from off the chicken, then dip them in the oil. Like so. Alright, so I'm gonna give these other chicken a few more minutes in there to soak. Then I'll just take them out. I'm going to now remove the rest of the chicken. And allow these 2 to continue to fry until finished. The chicken is now about finished. So there were 2 more pieces remaining and there's 2 wings and they're finished frying now, so I'm going to remove them and put them in a container, or should I say the bowl, with the balance of chicken. Turn the flame off, and that's about it. Here you have it, my fried chicken. Properly fried, from inside out. Sauce that I made to go with my fried chicken. Yeah, man, for real. So this is the settings, the Sunday settings, you know what I mean? Some fried chicken, rice and peas with some vegetables. Here is my rice and peas, and check out the texture, guys. Now my rice and peas, if you notice, I do not stir my rice to allow what's in the middle to cook. You know what I mean? Do my thing proper. You feel me? Now check out the settings of my rice and peas. Some people call it rice and beans, but you know we Jamaicans are different. We say rice and peas. Dinner is served. So here we have fried chicken with rice and peas and vegetable. And the vegetable is lettuce, cucumber with carrot. Guys, it's always been a pleasure to share with you what I prepare in my kitchen. So please feel free to like the video, share me out, subscribe to my channel and hit that post notification bell and allow it to be on all, that way you'll be the first person to be notified when I drop a new video. Thank you for watching.